seated. It's a pleasure to welcome you to our middle school closing exercises in the last academic appointment of the 2024-25 academic year. Fellas, you are what stands between us and summer vacation. It's a good thing, sure. So we're going to make sure it's extra long this morning, okay? Boys, you've had a great year, but of course you could not do that alone. So I'm going to ask the parents and families of our students to please stand. Fellas, won't you join me in thanking them for driving you everywhere, making sure you're here at Boys Latin, fed, well cared for. Thank you, families. We appreciate all your support. Fellas, you've also done great work in the classroom and outside of it. You've grown as good boys and great young men, and it doesn't happen without the incredible efforts of our talented faculty and staff. I'd ask our faculty and staff to please stand. Please join me in thanking them. Just a couple of words to share with you this morning before we get started with our program. On Saturday, we graduated 81 members of the class of 2025. 81 boys, now alumni, proud alumni of Boys Latin. About 20 of them began with us in kindergarten, pre-first and first grade. Another probably 10 joined us in the lower school. And more than 2/3 of the class began at some point or was with us through the middle school. At graduation, we always talk about each boy. We talk about his experiences on campus. We reflect back on what he did, how he grew. And fellas, I want you to know, 8th graders especially, that the work that you've done through the course of the middle school has laid an important foundation for what you'll do in the next 4 years as you cross the bridge. But it also leaves behind the paving stones for the 7th graders and the 6th graders, the soon-to-be 6th graders who come up from 5th grade, to follow in your footsteps. Know how proud we are of you, how grateful we are for the good work that you've done, and how we know that there's still much more ahead. We look forward to you coming back in September, perhaps relaxed, in need of a haircut, but most especially ready to make a mark on our upper school. Congratulations to our 8th grade. With that, please join me in welcoming class salutatorian William Lowitt to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand. William?
Thank you, Mr. Post. As the 2025 salutatorian of the 8th grade class, I welcome you to our closing exercises. Thank you for joining us today. Please rise and join me in our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. I now invite Mr. Melker to the podium.
Good morning. Esse quam videri, to be rather than to seem. This ideal is more than just words. It is a call to live with courage, integrity, and compassion every day. It is a challenge that each of you have begun to meet during your time here on Lake Avenue. So boys, with a little under the 60 or so minutes that remain of your middle school careers, while it would be impossible to quantify all of your good effort and growth and the collective impact that you've made on the Boys Latin community, I would be remiss to not at least attempt to enumerate all the ways in which your class is a truly special group of young people. There were a lot of firsts this year. London Green delivered the first 8th grade speech of the year in this very gym, and when his mic kicked out, he continued, undaunted, a cappella. This year, the 8th grade helped launch the first honors section of English, the first after-school competitive chess league, and the first new course in computer science that will carry over into the upper school. And I checked with the nurses on this one. There were 22 sprains, 9 broken bones, 3 surgeries on said broken bones, 40 field trips in the middle school, 19 of which were taken by 8th graders, a lot of wins, a couple losses, and innumerable hugs and handshakes and nicknames and smiles. As you know, middle school is a time of growth, discovery, and sometimes struggle. Each of you has shown remarkable resilience and dedication in embracing who you truly are, rather than who you simply might appear to be. You've taken on challenges honestly, supported one another, and grown in ways that will serve you for the rest of your lives. You are who you are, yes, because of you, but also because of your families. The people in this gym that brought you into the world and have provided you all of the love and care that have carried you to this very moment. So boys, you have one more assignment from me. When you get across the bridge today, or when you get home tonight, hug your adults. Tell them thank you. Tell them that you love them. You should be proud of yourselves. Share that pride with your adults at home. They, like me and like all of your teachers, are so very proud of you, and we are excited to see all that you will become. Congratulations to the class of 2029. Thank you. I would now like to welcome Mr. James Curry to the podium to present the Silver and Gold Presidential Award winners. Mr. Curry.
It's my privilege to recognize, along with Headmaster Post, Assistant Headmaster Kriebel, Mr. Melker, the middle school faculty, and all others assembled, this year's recipients of the President's Education Awards. These awards fall into 2 categories. First is the President's Silver Award for Outstanding Academic Achievement. Its purpose is to recognize students who have shown tremendous growth and an unusual commitment to learning, along with a strong academic performance across the breadth of the curriculum. This year, these 8 boys earned a minimum of a 93% final average. Gentlemen, when I call your names, please come forward to receive your award, then return to your place, but please remain standing until all the names are called so that we can recognize you as a group. Ladies and gentlemen in the audience, please hold your applause until all the names have been called. Makai Joseph Masoni Ifavi. Michael Joseph Merrick. Michael Blake Palmisano. Anthony David Reitmeyer. Chase Matthew Roth. Mason Joseph Steller. Mason Strauss. Jaden Jeremiah Walker. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in applauding these wonderful scholars. Thank you, fellows. You may be seated. Next is the President's Gold Award for Outstanding Academic Excellence. These 7 boys have earned a minimum of a 95% final grades. Will the following students please come forward to receive your award and return to your place, but remain standing? And again, please hold your applause. Ford Saunders Campbell V. William Hugh Lowentritt. Nathan Chimezerim Wamo. Turner Mackenzie Papoy. August Julius Thomas. Tyler Michael Tesauris. And Nolan Theodore Wolf. These are our top scholars. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in recognizing them. You may be seated. Thank you, gentlemen. You may be seated. Next up is Mrs. Rebecca Gray.
Good morning to Mr. Post, faculty, staff, parents, and Lakers. Each year, the Doris Regan Award honors a 6th grader who shows remarkable versatility in the transition to middle school. Someone who doesn't just adapt, but who elevates the spaces that they're in. This year, I am honored to acknowledge Felix Beam for this prestigious award. And we started clapping a little early, so you'll have to bear with me as I go on about my darling Felix. Felix is the strong, silent type, calm, steady, and quietly impactful. He is sensitive and resilient, grounded, and thoughtful. He rises above the fray, not needing the spotlight to stand tall. He takes feedback not as critique, but as opportunity, grateful for each chance to learn and grow. He's responsible, full of integrity, and somehow balances sarcasm with humility, a rare combination that makes him both approachable and admired. He's an English teacher's dream, always reading, always making meaningful connections between what's on the page and what's happening in the world. He comes into my room most mornings bursting with excitement to talk about his books, whether it's anecdotes from Trevor Noah's biography, philosophizing about the allegorical connections in Animal Farm, or trying to convince me that the Hunger Games trilogy far exceeds the Scythe trilogy, and you're wrong. Additionally, this year alone, Felix has left his mark across so many communities in our school, from robotics to the winter play, performed while rehabbing an injury that disrupted his hockey season, to serving as a Laker ambassador, to taking the field for spring baseball. And I'm sure that I've left some off this list. In each space, he brought not just participation, but presence. He makes every group better simply by being part of it. Felix consistently shows up as his best self, and in doing so, helps others do the same. That's the heart of this award. Congratulations, Felix. We are so proud of you. Please now welcome Mrs. Maureen Jaffe to the podium to present the middle school award.
Good morning. It is my great honor to present the 7th grade Essequan Videri Award, an award that celebrates the powerful value of being rather than merely seeming. This Latin phrase reminds us that true character isn't about appearance or performance, but about authenticity, about consistently living out our values with sincerity and grace. And today we recognize a student who embodies that ideal in every way. I would like to invite this year's recipient, Oliver Benjamino, to the stage. From the first day of the school year, Oliver stood out, not for trying to stand out, but for simply being who he is. He is kind to all without exception. Whether you're his closest friend or someone he's just met, you'll feel his warmth, respect, and encouragement. He uplifts those around him, not with grand gestures or loud words, but with quiet constancy, a positive word, a helping hand, a reliable presence. He is dependable and hardworking, the kind of student and advisee every teacher hopes for, thoughtful, consistent, and mature beyond his years. In the ever-shifting tides of middle school, where challenges and social dynamics can change in an instant, he remains steady. He adapts with ease, navigates drama with wisdom, and stays true to himself no matter the circumstances. His light doesn't just shine, it reflects onto others, making our community a better place. You don't have to be in his inner circle to feel the impact of his character. It's in the way he treats his peers, the way he shows up each day, and the way he carries himself with integrity, empathy, and quiet strength. I have been fortunate not only to teach him, but also to have him as an advisee, and I can say with full confidence, we are truly lucky to have Oliver as a Laker. As we celebrate him today, we also look forward, because if this is who he is now, we can only imagine the positive contributions he will continue to make, not just in our school, but in the world beyond. Oliver doesn't just seem like someone who will make a difference, he is someone who already is. Congratulations, Oliver. I now welcome Ms. Jane Hoffman to the podium to present the Dale Senior Award.
Good morning. Today, I have the honor of presenting an award given to a student who seeks knowledge for the pleasure of learning. This award is not about having the highest grades or always knowing the correct answer. It's about curiosity. It's about the student who asks questions not because he has to, but because he wants to understand more. It's about a boy who chooses to try a sport that he has never played before, listens to the coaches, and has an outstanding rookie season. It's for the student who sees learning as an adventure, not a chore. The recipient of this award doesn't just study for a test, he explores ideas for the sheer joy of discovering something new. He is the kind of student who lights up during a discussion, who gets excited about a good book, who might even stay after class just to keep talking about an interesting topic. His motivation doesn't come from a high grade, it comes from a place much more profound, a genuine passion for knowledge. In a world that's constantly changing, this love of learning will be his greatest strength, because when you enjoy learning, you never really stop growing. Today we celebrate the spark of inner drive that makes this student truly stand out. It is my great pleasure to present this award to someone who reminds us all why learning is important. Congratulations, Makai Ilafavi. Keep the curiosity alive, it will take you far. I now invite Ryan Hopkins to the podium and present the Maroon and White Award.
The Maroon and White Award is given to that student who, in the opinion of the middle school faculty, best upholds the honor of his school. I am honored to present this year's award to Owen Mest. Three-sport athlete, member of the Student Leadership Council, honor student. All of these accolades fit, but this particular award demands more. Owen Mest is an example of what we can accomplish when we hold ourselves to a standard higher than that imposed by those around us, when we determine our value by how we are, not simply who we are. Owen lifts people up. He seeks out ways to ensure that our community is stronger for all of its members. Owen is a young man who looks for the good in himself, even when others aren't looking. To present an award honoring Owen Mest is to recognize that we all have the ability to make the world a better place in ways large and small, to live each day understanding that it matters. Congratulations, Owen. I would now like to welcome Damon Bain to the stage to present the Faculty Award.
The Faculty Award, given to that student whose enthusiasm, effort, civility, and spirit lifted all of those around him. The 2025 winner, Faculty Award, is Jaden Walker. Jaden demonstrates the following characteristics. Civility. Jaden leads by example, says the least, and does the most. Effort. Jaden shows genuine curiosity and respect for peers by helping everyone. Enthusiasm. Jaden is a brilliant student. He lifts others up subtly during class, and his classmates seek his wise counsel when they are unsure. Spirit of humility. Jaden connects individually with others by getting them involved. He understands how to be supportive and when to assert his humble capabilities. Jaden, on behalf of the faculty, congratulations. I would like to welcome Greg Connolly to the stage to present the Jack H. Williams Award.
The Jack H. Williams Award is given to the student who displays thoughtfulness and consideration of others. This year's award recipient is Mr. Owen Quenzer. In the final year of his middle school career, Owen used his sharp social awareness and his authentic personality to strengthen his relationships at BL. This has been apparent in the rapport he's built with each of his teachers. Owen's interactions with faculty are characterized by his professional demeanor, his dependability, and his endearing, unmistakable sense of humor. Owen is also an ideal classmate. He quickly adapts to the needs of his peers. When boys are confronted with moments of negativity and divisiveness, Owen provides a positive outlook and a sense of brotherhood. When boys need encouragement, Owen becomes the ultimate hype man. When boys need a friend, Owen delivers loyalty. As the creator of the inaugural Alumnus of the Week program, Owen showed consideration to former Lakers. As a member of the football, squash, and golf teams, Owen selflessly supports his teammates. In my advisory all year, Owen expressed sincere interest and concern for his fellow advisees, as well as myself. Owen isn't just a standout student in this year's 8th grade class. He is one of the all-time greats of the BL Middle School. Congratulations, Owen. I now invite Mr. Sean Kriebel to the podium to present the Shipley Memorial Award.
The George Shipley Memorial Award recognizes academic excellence and is presented to the 8th grade valedictorian, the student with the highest cumulative grade point average at the end of the year. I am proud to introduce this year's George Shipley Memorial Award winner, Turner Mackenzie Apoy.
Good morning, Mr. Post, faculty, families, and fellow students. It is a great privilege to be here to speak to you all. I'd first like to start off by giving thanks. I want to recognize the staff and each family who have sent their child to Boys Latin this year. It is amazing for all of us to have been given such a great opportunity in pursuing an education. I would also like to recognize Will Lowentritt as our salutatorian. Throughout the year, we have had our ups and downs, but each and every one of us here in the middle school has persevered through the hard times. Last week, we had exams. It was a time full of anxiety for the students, and I would say we did a great job getting through it. Take me as an example as well. I managed to break my collarbone twice this year. I will have to miss many events over the summer, but I will be back. On the other hand, what matters more than these setbacks is that we had many great moments in the middle school. The 8th grade had chances to visit Baltimore Clay Works, see the Maryland State House, watch Romeo and Juliet live, explore Washington, D.C., meet Ravens superstar Justice Hill, and enjoy a day at Hershey Park. We've also had some substantial sports performances, including our middle school baseball and basketball teams having records of 7-1-1 and 11-1 respectively. As the 8th grade crosses the bridge, we reflect on a great school year and look forward to an exciting high school journey. Throughout our time in the middle school, we have become young men who treat others with respect. Congratulations to the 8th grade class. I would now like to introduce Mr. Don Newman to present the class of 2029.
I will now call all the names of the class of 2029. I would ask that the boys remain standing when they return to their seats, and the audience would please hold their applause until all the names are read. Jonah Seth Adler. Casey James Atkinson. Nathaniel Mobuluwaji Ayanbeku. Rex Hutchison Bassett. Justin Oscar Brown. Ford Saunders Campbell V. Colin Jared Clark. Preston Blake Columbia. Richard Adam Condon. Jackson Cade Davis. Grayson James Dean. John Preston Evans. Aiden Jeremy George. Zavi Andres Lopez Geraldo. London Artez Green. Ashton London Greenberg. Makai Joseph Masoni Ifalvi. Gavin William Jones. Finnegan Thomas Kenny. Grant Patrick Koenig. Hudson David Lanfar. Tucker David Lanfar. Van Richard Lighthizer. William Hugh Lowentritt. Michael Joseph Merrick. Miguel Alexander Mackey. Owen David Mest. Colston Shepard Music. William Ryder North. Nathan Chimezerim Nwamo. Michael Blake Palmisano. Turner Mackenzie Papoy. Brody Ryan Pazinski. Owen Christopher Quenzer. Anthony David Reitmeyer. Jesse Stepner Reiter. Chase Matthew Roth. Joseph Landon Shankman. Isaac Alexander Sonata. Tatum Jeremiah Singleton. Mason Joseph Steller. Mason Seth Strauss. Liam Marshall Sullivan. Andrew Heston Taylor. August Julius Thomas. Evan Philip Torsani. Jacob Ethan Townsend. Tyler Michael Tesouris. Anthony Dimitri Varecchia Delande. Colin Alexander Vitelkites. Jaden Jeremiah Walker. Wyatt August Walter. Caleb James Weinman. Robert Laird Wilhide. Nolan Theodore Wolf. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the Boys Latin Class of 2029. I now invite Mr. Melker back to the podium for closing remarks.
I said you guys had under 60 minutes. 8th grade, you've got 3 or 4 minutes more of your middle school careers to savor. Soak it in. That's right, soak it in. And hopefully we don't need to soak it in outside. Hopefully the rain is tapered. Here's how this is going to work. First, 6th grade is going to dismiss, then 7th grade. After that, 8th grade families, we invite you to cross over the bridge. After 8th grade families leave, 8th grade, we're going to go to the front of the middle school to take a picture together, and then we're going to make our way across the bridge. Please join me one more time, everybody in this room. Congratulations, class of 2029.